Imagine a ship, 9 football fields long, bristling with guns bigger than cars. This wasn't science fiction. It was the Iowa-class battleship, one of the largest and most powerful warships ever built. These ships were designed to dominate the seas, and for decades they did exactly that. The Iowa-class battleships weren't just big, they were fast. They could outrun most other battleships, appearing quickly where they were needed most. Their speed and firepower made them the ultimate symbol of American naval power during World War II and beyond. The Iowa-class battleships were born in the fires of World War II. In the early days of the war, it became clear that the United States needed powerful new warships to counter the growing threat of enemy battleships and aircraft carriers. The Navy needed ships that could protect convoys, bombard enemy shores, and go toe-to-toe with the best enemy warships. The result was the Iowa-class 4 mighty battleships named Iowa, New Jersey, Missouri, and Wisconsin. These ships represented the pinnacle of American naval engineering and industrial might. They were designed to be faster and more powerful than any battleship that came before them. The Iowa-class battleships were designed to dish out punishment, and they had the guns to do it. Their main armament consisted of 9 16-inch guns capable of hurling armor-piercing shells over 20 miles. These guns were so powerful that a single salvo could devastate even the toughest enemy ships. In addition to their main guns, the Iowas carried a battery of 25-inch guns for defense against enemy aircraft and smaller ships. These guns, coupled with numerous anti-aircraft batteries, made the Iowas difficult targets even for the best pilots. The Iowa class weren't just about brute force. They were remarkably fast for their size. Unlike older battleships, which were often slow and cumbersome, the Iowas could steam at speeds of over 30 knots or 35 miles per hour. This made them incredibly versatile. Able to keep up with fast carrier task forces or hunt down enemy raiders, this speed also allowed them to respond quickly to threats. They could be halfway across the world one day and supporting troops on a distant shore the next. Their endurance was equally impressive. They could sail for thousands of miles without refueling, giving them unmatched strategic reach. Section 5, Guardians of the Sea roles in World War II. The Iowa-class battleships quickly proved their worth in the crucible of World War II. They escorted vital convoys across the Atlantic, protecting them from German U-boats and warships. In the Pacific, they provided devastating fire support for Allied landings, blasting enemy fortifications and defenses to rubble. Their speed and firepower proved invaluable in the fast-paced battles against the Japanese. The Iowas were instrumental in neutralizing Japanese strongholds and crippling their naval forces. Their anti-aircraft firepower also proved highly effective in protecting American carriers from air attack. Section 6, from Korea to the Gulf, Battleship Diplomacy. The Iowa-class battleships didn't fade away after World War II. They continued to serve throughout the Cold War, their massive guns a potent symbol of American power. They saw action in the Korean War, bombarding enemy positions and supporting UN forces. Even in the age of missiles and jet aircraft, the battleships remained relevant. They were modernized with missile launchers and upgraded electronics, ensuring they stayed potent fighting machines. During the Vietnam War and the Gulf War, the Iowas once again provided accurate and devastating fire support, proving that even in the modern age, there was still a role for the big guns. Section 7, the end of an era sunset for the Steel Titans. Despite their impressive service records, the Iowa-class battleships were eventually decommissioned in the 1990s. The world had changed and naval warfare had evolved. Missiles and aircraft could now strike targets from much greater distances, making the battleship's role less crucial. The cost of maintaining these aging giants also played a factor. Their massive guns and complex machinery required extensive upkeep, and the Navy ultimately decided that the resources could be better spent elsewhere. Section 8, a lasting legacy influencing modern navies. Although the Iowa-class battleships are now museum ships, their legacy lives on. They remain a testament to American industrial might and naval engineering. Their design influenced generations of warships, and their firepower continues to amaze and inspire. The lessons learned from building and operating these mighty ships are still relevant today. Modern warships, while smaller and more technologically advanced, still prioritize speed, firepower, and endurance, qualities embodied by the Iowa class. Section 9. Conclusion. Remembering the Iowa class. The Iowa-class battleships were more than just ships. They were symbols of American power and resilience. They played a vital role in shaping the course of history, from the fiery battles of World War II to the tense standoffs of the Cold War. Today, these steel titans stand silent, but their stories continue to echo through time. They remind us of a time when nations clashed with the full might of their industrial power and when battleships ruled the waves.